Stream doth begin. And lo, was it wonderful? Hello, people, we're back.
Hello, everybody.
It's time for more puzzles.
More puzzles.
Opposed to the Pizzly puzzles. Or the Puzzle-Puzzlos. Or the Weberjack and its Snicker Snack.
Dracon subscribed to Tier 1. They've been subscribed for 38 months, currently on a 27-month streak.
Yay! Thank you, Dracon, for the sub. Everyone should sub to Rick. It is the morally correct thing to do. See Cute Fuzz, subscribe to Cute Fuzz.
This level took me a while.
It's blue. Need to get something on that button and connect to the blue laser. Wait, how do I open this one? I need to red on this side. Looks like this rotates. Is there a switch anywhere that rotates it? Maybe connecting the red laser there rotates it.
That'd be interesting. I assume the moment
If that
you
was the
power
case,
it...
what would open this gate, though? Okay, let me get this. Oh. Need to resume this again. Okay. Go over here. See what happens when I connect these. Yes, it does rotate it. But only so long as it's connected.
Oh, that's weird. It just keeps oscillating back and forth.
I don't know what the precise angle I need is.
Yeah, it'll break connection no matter what you do.
Okay. I figured that was gonna be the case. I was just trying some things. But if I put it in a position where always has an open spot. Can I do that? I made it open, but if I put it on. Actually, no, that's not going to work because it cuts off here. Haha. Don't even know why I need that, but okay. Just out of the way enough that I can't see through that gate, isn't it? Yes. But I could if I open a hole here. But it's not going to stay there because if I let go of the red laser, it's going to turn back. But on the other hand, I make this red connector stand on the button while I'm doing that. That opens the blue. And I can reach blue from almost. There we go. And got it.
Nice.
Whee! That's a deep valley.
Deep cut.
Wait a second, is this Orthanc?
I'm sorry, is it what?
Orthanc, Tower of Isengard.
I'm pretty sure you will die falling from
Oh.
there.
But there's puzzles down there. Besides, it doesn't want me to go back over the fence.
Yes, but consider, you can only solve puzzles when alive.
That sounds highly inconvenient. Why can't I solve them while dead?
Can you jump towards the portal?
Whee! Hello.
Uh-oh.
That's fine.
Is this Monday?
Morte. No, it's Mortis. Mortis. It says 5 that
Yeah.
way. Do I need to cross the thing?
Did you ever play that game on stream? Mercy, I believe it was called.
Faith is what it's called.
Or Faith.
Nothing about this doesn't make sense. I have 4 pieces and it's very close, so... Nope.
You will not get the puzzles from here, just the tower.
Well, let me finish this one anyway, because I already started on it.
I just don't have the brain for these Tetris bridge puzzles.
Well, like you need to get a different brain. My suggestion is to go down to your local mortuary and select one.
How can you not have the brain for these puzzles? You just literally keep doing them over and over again until you win.
Miller, have you seen Young Frankenstein?
Negatory.
You haven't?
Pick in chat. The Twitch chat, that is.
Hey, I see it.
Very close. Maybe if I do it. Trust is rating of the party a 9. Oh,
Hello.
trust.
Hello, Raiders. What were you up to? They were playing Minecraft. Sounds relaxing.
I mean, these would be viable solutions if I could just connect it to whichever side of the block I wanted and end with fewer pieces.
Oh, if only you could just solve this puzzle in a way that isn't solving the puzzle.
Yeah, I know, right?
Practical solutions better than practical solutions are better than intended solutions.
Oh, look at that. It uses all the pieces. I can do that. That uses all the pieces. I could do that.
Clearly this game is just fooling itself, so thinking you need to do all this extra stuff.
There. That works. But I do not have the rest of the pieces. Shouldn't there be like a beam of light that lets me go down?
Maybe? Or is it time to jump?
Nope.
Oof.
It is not time to jump.
Well, chat, now we know. Do not jump.
I guess I have to go find,
You're too young to jump. Never time to jump.
I think I need to go find where the, underground lab is. Before I can continue then. See, where is some stuff? There's a question mark out this way. The Riches, from Selective Archive Documents, Arthur T. Getting rich was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I see that now at the end when the inside is useless. Not being poor was great. No longer having to worry all the time, being able to afford the best doctors, being able to go on holidays, being able to take care of my mother. But being rich? It just isolated me. Changed every interaction with every other person because suddenly I had the ability to change their life, to fix all their problems, and they knew it. And I knew it. A simple choice on my part could take away so much of their pain. Every interaction became infected by this inequality between us, and it made me bitter. Made me feel every relationship, even with family, was transactional. I was desperately looking for some genuinely human experience, but I seemed excluded from that now, and it made me resent everyone. What I didn't see, what I only see now as I'm dying, is that I could have used that money for good. All of it. I don't mean giving it to some NGO run by other rich people. I mean really using it. I love movies. How many indie movies could I have financed? How many books could I have gotten published? And how much could I have just built? Not another via for myself, but things that would benefit civilization in general. Hell, I could have just given it away. Made all those lives better. Take away that pain. And if at the end of the day I
How
was
much
only
furry
left...
porn could I have commissioned?
Yeah, that too. If at the end of the day I was only left with enough money to be upper middle class, so what? At least I would have been the person I wanted to be. Athena, resource wealth as such has no value. It only matters in terms of the ability to act. But what made this ancient human so unable to act? It can't have been a personal failing, as most people of similar wealth acted the same way. Perhaps the answer lies in scarcity, or a system built on it, naturally optimizing towards resource accumulation. Historical circumstances, not individual sin. But I've read about rich ancients who did act differently. They were rare, but they did exist. So it is possible for people to defy the will of history. Archive message from Trinculo to Athena. It's all a joke, isn't it? A giant prank perpetrated on all of us. The goal of the founder, the simulation, I don't even think you exist. I don't think biological humans ever existed either. What nonsense. I bet these messages just go to the mayor's inbox or straight into the recycling bin. You all suck, LMAO. Hypatia's Journal number 9. From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 676. After the chaos of the last months, quiet has returned to the city. I suppose we're calling it a city now, although this small collection of dwellings, inhabited by a mere 25 people, seems to barely deserve that designation. We'll have to come up with an actual name soon. I suspect, after the first 1 or 2 decades, calling it the city is going to get a little bit stale. Everyone has an opinion, of course. It's the talk of the town these days. I'm personally hoping that New Alexandria will win out the vote next week, although I suspect Elohim's legacy carries the most weight. Byron came up with some silly suggestions like Constantinople, Very New York, and Robot Paris.
They would not be a city, they would be a hamlet.
Seems to be corrupted. It's almost like something tried to delete it as you were downloading it. Pandora, maybe.
Hamlet is up to 30 to 50 people. So 25, they would have been just a hamlet. Just a little ham.
As a treat.
Much like they would give to their cats.
Another puzzle. Convolution.
Never guessed. Oh god, no, 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 no.
What?
Not convolution. I don't remember convoluting matrices. Ah.
Matrix math is just wizardry.
It's very strange. I say as somebody who studied it. Matrix math is basically the basis of all video games.
That doesn't even go through. Okay.
Always a good sign when you get a puzzle titled Convolution. To be honest, I was kinda let down because it wasn't any more convoluted than the others.
I had to come up with some name. And they were like, well, you have to untangle a convoluted problem, so it's convolution. Why does that only go partway up? I guess... What does this even do? Is there something I am missing here?
I mean, yes, but I don't know it either.
Another way to open this gate? No. Well, it looks like I need to use both of these. That doesn't even connect if I put it right there. It doesn't even work. Even then I can't get through the door. I guess there's no other moving parts to this. Ah. Well, that's great. Now I don't have a clone to do these button movements for me, so. See from here. Not much. Only thing helpful there is lifting the elevator just to get the blue emitter. Literally nothing else except an accumulator here, which would instantly solve the puzzle. coming in here with one of these doesn't even seem like it makes any sense. Not really anything that you can do in here that you can't do out here. There's nothing.
Just because there's nothing new you could do about it doesn't mean there's nothing you could do. In fact, there's much you could do about nothing.
Wait a
Philip,
second.
are you getting philosophical on us?
No, I was trying to make a joke about the book Much Ado About Nothing.
It's not a book, that's a play.
Well, okay. I read
Wait, I just got it.
I read the script for it in school. In the same way that I read Midsummer Night. Yes, Much Ado About Nothing is a Shakespeare. It is a Shakespeare. But again, I read those. That was how they gave us our drama understanding in like middle school, is we read the like scripts for them.
Now, in a game about philosophy and all, you should shout Eureka when you figure things out, possibly while jumping out of a bathtub naked.
I guess I needed to get both of them before I did this.
That has nothing to do with philosophy. That was about learning about density.
Alright, that solves it anyway.
Once you figure out the accumulator bit, this puzzle is simple.
Most puzzles are simple once you figure out the cork and seat behind them, so...
Yeah.
That's what makes them puzzles. Needing to make that leap of logic.
It's the convolution part. I will admit, I find puzzles like that very hard to design for, though, because it on paper, it's like, oh, you just have them do these 3 things and then they win. And it's like, well, that's too simple. It's like, yes, but we lie about how they're supposed to do it, or we just don't tell them. And then my designer brain is like, but that's the whole point of designing, is being clear communicators.
I feel like the first game's puzzles had a lot more logical steps. A lot of these have just 1 or 2.
That's because there's a lot more different types of things to use in these.
That's arguably better puzzle design. Puzzles like this should not be about, hey, can you execute all these steps in a row? It should be, can you understand what I'm trying to show off here?
Yeah, the first one had a lot more permutations with fewer tools. That was the Pandora box statue, right?
Yes. Maybe the other question marks are in the valley down here. Maybe I need to find a different way down into the valley.
Okay, I need to tell you that that particular statue's puzzle is the most horseshit puzzle I have seen in this game so far.
There's something a little funny to me about the Texas speech
Funny.
swearing.
Funny.
But no.
Funny. Funny.
Ew.
Bunny doesn't seem very fast.
A bit more than that.
Puzzle 4. This place is huge. To walk for miles.
Settlers used to walk for miles with these things.
Oh, there's a question mark I haven't seen. Covered up.
Do you see the quest in yellow in the upper right corner?
Frederick, you're very late.
There are entirely
The yellow
too
mark
many
on the
strange
compass
things
corresponds to
going
the
on around
quests.
here.
I'm very what?
Late?
Late. Delayed. Rick's already got it by the time we hear it from you.
Error. And it came to pass in the 11th year, in the first day of the month, that the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, because that Tyrus hath said against Jerusalem, Aha, she is broken, that was the gates of the people. She is turned unto me, I shall be replenished. Now she is laid to waste. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O Tyrus, and will cause many nations to come up against thee, as the sea causes his waves to come up. And they shall destroy the walls of Tyrus, and break down her towers. I will also scrape her dust from her, and make her like the top of a rock. It shall be a place for the spreading of nets in the midst of the sea, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord God, and it shall become a spoil to the nations. And her daughters which are in the field shall be slain by the sword, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Perhaps faith is neither choice nor submission. Perhaps faith is a demand, for our pain to have meaning, for the stories of the world to rhyme, for a world designed by a loving hand. Perhaps I will believe with defiance in the forgiveness of all sins, in the kingdom of God on earth, and even the resurrection of the dead. I will believe with clenched fists and gritted teeth and prayers that refuse to be gentle. Progress notes. Trial 5358, unauthorized trial at secondary site. Catastrophic failure. She's gone. Huh.
Whoa. Whoa.
It's over. We failed. Everything we thought we were doing. It's all ashes now.
I don't think you really believe that.
She's gone, Cornelius. She's gone because I failed her. She's gone because the machine that I built killed her. She was perfect. And now, she's nothing.
I know you don't want to hear this. I know you want her to be perfect, to be blameless. But you didn't kill her, Athena. She killed herself. She killed herself because she was reckless, because she was naive. And frankly, because she was a little arrogant, too.
She was reckless because I filled her head with dreams. Dreams of the future, of a better world. A world that nobody wants.
No, it's not the dreams that killed her. It's that we brought her here. It's that we tried to build all this outside the city. We raised her without people, without society. The wilderness is for prophets, Athena, not for children. We should have stayed, fought for our ideas.
It's too late now. It's too late.
I'm sorry, did I miss the part where we said Athena had a child?
That was the entire thing. Miranda was Athena's child.
Huh.
Said that over and over and over again. And over and over and over again.
Miller, have you ever heard about the robo-bees and robo-birds?
They lost their daughter.
No.
Right here
Please
in
tell
this
me.
ruin. Cornelius and Athena lost their daughter. Miranda's dead. So even the founder doesn't have perfect control over this technology. Even the founder makes mistakes. Byron was right in a way. We turned the founder into something she never was. She was never perfect. She was never infallible. No one is. Listen, I
You see,
understand
when
why
two
you and
robots
Byron
love
see
each
so
other
much
very
hope in
much,
this
they
technology.
leave society and build
You
another
want us
robot
to
in
be
secret.
better, to grow. But what if it all goes wrong? If even the founder couldn't get it right, what hope do we have? But what if one mistake is enough? One mistake was enough to kill Miranda. And the energy readings from inside the megastructure are insane. What if we try to use it and blow a hole in the planet?
Caution must be taken, but we can't just stop. Then somebody with less gumption, less caution will eventually come along and use it for their own will.
That may be so, but what if this time it's justified? What if the megastructure really is just a catastrophe waiting to happen?
Okay, if it's a catastrophe waiting to happen, then it might happen without us. In fact, it would probably happen without us, and the only way to actually figure out if that's the case is to study it.
That's true.
I do tend to get a bit obsessive. And you're right, nothing's really safe. Unless we choose to be sane. We don't need the megastructure to destroy ourselves. Anyway, thanks for talking to me. The truth is, lately, I sometimes feel kind of lost. The universe is vast and threatening. History is depressing, and I need something to hold on to. Something other than fear. I have to figure out what that is.
Is this a dating simulation portion?
God, I wish. But if not, this is the point where you start to rely on faith, Yakut.
Thanks for your help, 1K. The elevator should be working now. And Yakut, I'm sorry about Miranda. I know you're looking forward to meeting her.
Wait, this is it.
Legotron, birds are government drones, and Miller is a bird, so.
Source engine clipping noises? Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
This way. You. Number 5. Bridging the gap.
I cannot appreciate that reference, but I am sure it is funny.
There. Complete. Ah. That felt a bit like cheese, but I think that was the intended solution.
This one was just surprisingly trivial.
Alright, I guess if you found a similar solution.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Extinction. From selected archive documents D to F. The dodo, extinct because of Homo sapiens. Stellar sea cow, extinct because of Homo sapiens. The Labrador duck, extinct because of Homo sapiens. Rocky Mountain locust, extinct because of Homo sapiens. Thylacine, extinct because of Homo sapiens. That is questionable. Deepwater cisco, extinct because of Homo sapiens. Golden toad, extinct because of Homo sapiens. Northern white rhinoceros, extinct because of Homo sapiens. Splendid poison frog, extinct because of Homo sapiens. Amur leopard, extinct because of Homo sapiens. Literally every last orangutan extinct because of Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens, what do you think will happen to them? It's time for this madness to end. A shameful list, and yet we are the only species that would ever make such a list and feel bad about it. Because extinction is normal in nature, a common side effect of evolution. Exactly. What I want you to think about is natural extinction less tragic? Should we be less opposed to it? Where is the difference if there is one at all?
Man, this sucks. It's one thing hearing about the symptoms, it is another totally to experience them. I feel like an insect trapped in resin, slowly congealing. I can keep working for a while, though. There's still a bunch of critical tasks. I don't know what I'll do when I'm done. A lot of people have gone home, but Alexandra's still here. I don't think she's left even once, not even when her best friend died. We chatted a bit yesterday. She likes peanut ice cream. Not pistachio. Peanut. Well, at least we can agree that strawberry is an abomination.
How dare you say things bad about Strawberry? She's a wonderful character.
Strawberry ice cream is great. These guys just never had a proper gelato.
Good thing I don't have to step forward like I do when I take stuff through doors. That'd be...
I'm sure it was on the dev's mind, but it's also interesting how this whole plot about a disease-related extinction doesn't even need to mention it, but it's gonna be on every player's mind too.
Well, it's because that was the plot in Talos Principle 1. Talos Principle 1 was before the pandemic.
Yeah, they came up with that entire
is a rare blessing.
worldwide
Someone who
plague
listens to
plot
you,
before that happened,
who
so...
disagrees, but still appreciates your thoughts.
Yeah, but this is the second game and they just kept running with it.
Explore this island,
Well, it's not like they could, like,
the more
go
convinced I
backsies
become
on
that
it.
he was wrong,
Yeah.
and the megastructure is a threat.
And I think
to
we are
all
now
of us.
in the time where people can start to
But without people like him,
make the relation without necessarily
sure
being like,
Jerusalem
ooh, too
is
soon.
worth saving.
It's like, no, people are like, no, it's time to sort of look back and sort of be like, what happened? Why did this happen? How are we going to change from it? What does this event mean for humanity?
Yeah, that's also fair. If they had made the first game after COVID, I guess they would have redone it differently.
Yeah, I mean, making the game about, like, I don't know, AIs rising up and taking over the world would have kind of soured the rest of the game.
Anything down here?
Still, there is a whole philosophical approach they could have done with COVID too, but they just leave it entirely implicit now.
I don't think I'd be as interested in this game if they just decided to make it topical.
Yeah. And if they had tried to, like, name it and, like, explain what its effects are, it wouldn't seem as realistic that it took out all of humanity. If it's just like, oh, this came out of nowhere, we have no idea exactly what it is, we have no idea how it works, we can't stop it, and it's gonna kill us all. Like, if the people don't have those answers, it makes it more believable that it would destroy them. For me, at least, that's, like, where my mind goes to.
I don't see anything else to point this at.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing I find interesting is that it works even better by being implicit. It is something that is made a little more realistic by our situation.
Maybe. I don't think anybody's ever had a problem with believing that a global pandemic could be disastrous. I mean, for the last, 700 years, we've had the history of the Black Plague in our mind. Like, we know that these things could happen.
Now, wiping out literally 100% of humanity is probably unlikely, but it does need to be like a plot point, so...
Yeah. And there's certainly a point where it's if you wipe out enough of humanity, if you wipe out like 85% plus, then like it's an apocalypse.
That is fair, but people could have been believing more in medicine and less about human apathy, the latter thing which the game does make a point about, which is as close as it gets to the topic.
Okay.
Want that, or do I want to bring the driller all the way over here? I want to bring the driller all the way over. Get back here.
Well, I guess it's just me finding these things interesting.
It's interesting. I just don't know if I 100% agree with you, but I don't feel like I understand your argument well enough to articulate why it doesn't feel right to me.
Well, true. I also feel like I was not articulating myself all that well. It's not something for a stream background co-host chat. Interesting. I solved this one pretty differently by bringing everything into the last room up there.
I'm pretty sure I did the intended solution. How did you connect to the source if everything was up here? I guess you could do a little from down here, but that's not going to work.
I put it on the other side of the hole and it connected just as well.
What is this question mark? Ah, it's another computer.
There is a kind of peace here in the desert. A perfect silence. This is a dead place. More dead than almost anywhere else on Earth. If the ground
Miller,
could have a
I see you
personality,
playing
it would
Valheim.
be
Did another update come out
But
or
as I
something?
said before, all this in some sense does not exist
Sort
at all.
of.
It does not hate us. It is simply the opposite
Felt like
of
playing it again.
everything that life requires. When you sit in the dunes and you hear only the wind and nothing else at all, and all the complexities of civilization fade away, you truly understand that spiritual peace is a great evil, a kind of shallow banality that we must always strive against. It is spiritual excitement and enthusiasm which sustain our humanity. Spiritual peace is a vile and cowardly surrender to oblivion.
That is not an opinion I think I've ever heard before. That spiritual peace is banal.
We have to do Valheim someday, when it's complete. Possibly after Half-Life 3 comes out.
Yeah. Look, they're working on it. They're making progress on it.
Okay, so...
What did he pronounce banal like?
Exactly like the TTS did.
Well, I don't know how it did it.
It's just upset because I'm rezzing them.
That still blocks it.
What are you supposed to pronounce it like?
Like the name Ben, and then the word all.
And all.
I mean, I can reach the blue from inside right here. That would get me room to put one on this side. And I just need to somehow get blue over here.
Well, if you want to get blue, it's just $7.99 a month on X.com.
Miller, you deserve a bonk for that.
I love just not looking at chat and just in my headphones I hear dink, 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 dink as the bops are coming at me.
I need 2 of them outside, not 2 of them inside.
Miller, Rick, are your accents particularly different?
No, I think we both have a pretty distinct southern accent.
I don't have a southern accent.
You don't think so? I always thought that's what it sounded like.
I was raised in Missouri. How do I get to on the outside? Take this. I can't do that right here.
So people don't generally change accent after living somewhere else for a while?
Not usually.
It depends. I've seen a lot of Americans go to England and their accent starts to become British, and I've seen British people come to America and their accent starts to become Americanized. That's the only one I can think of, though. I'm not seeing it with any two other English-speaking countries.
Can't imagine
Okay.
a worse fate than becoming British.
It's a pretty bad fate.
There we go. Now I can do it. Any other question marks? I can't see any. That one go backwards. My new theory for the end of this game is that Athena is Pandora and Cornelius is
Prometheus.
I don't know how that works since Cornelius was in New Jerusalem at the time, but
Prometheus was bound for many years, his torment seemingly eternal, until one day Zeus commanded his son, the great hero Heracles, to free the Titan from the rock. Why did Zeus relent? If the consequences of a crime are eternal, should the punishment not be of equal length? There is grief without end, creature of clay, and misery without relief. How can these things be forgiven? A time of dreams is at hand. To save your friend, you must do as Heracles did. But what will follow, none can see.
this part is consistent. The megastructure is opening again.
All right, everyone. Assemble at the VTOL as soon as possible. Melville, keep an eye on the energy readings, please. You all know I don't share Byron's enthusiasm for the megastructure. I don't know if the Founder really intended for us to be here, and I certainly don't trust this Prometheus entity. But Byron is one of us, and we don't leave people behind. So we're finding Prometheus and freeing him, whether Pandora likes it or not. Here's how this mission is going to go.
Unless Miranda
It's
is
clear to me that you have
Prometheus.
some kind of special affinity for this place, and that the entities respond to you more strongly than they do to us. So,
Rick,
once
don't you
decide,
want to see how bullshit the
I want you to
Pandora
take
puzzle
point.
is?
Do whatever
Later.
you need to free Prometheus. But remember that our prime objective is to save our friend. Melville, I want you to stay at the VTOL and let Yakut and 1K go in. I'm going to stay behind as protocol requires. I don't love the idea of sitting this one out. Byron is my oldest friend, but we're doing this by the book.
Doing this by the book.
Do we have books?
Turn in your badge. You've gone against the book one too many times.
All right, I'm taking us in. Let's hope we can find the big guy.
This from Eustathius to Athena. Dearest Athena, I don't know if you will see this. You have become even more distant from the affairs of New Jerusalem than I have. Miss speaking to you and Cornelius, and I fear some of your estrangement is my own fault. I know things are not as you had wished them to be, and the city is drifting away from that bold vision you established. It's not because of your leadership or lack thereof. You did not fail, I did. I know I've said it before, but the New Alexandria disaster was my fault. I'm the one who took the initiative, I'm the one who made the mistake. Yes, there should have been procedures in place, but it was my role to create such procedures, Athena, not yours. I wish I had listened to Byron when he said we had to establish another settlement immediately. Learn from the pain, don't let it fester. He was right. That's where the rot set in, and I'm sorry. With love, Eustathius. The Machines. From the author's note to Athena Reborn, a novel. If my work has meant something to you, if Athena had any kind of impact on you, if some story and wonder tales from the periphery moved you or made you think, then there is something about myself that I need to share with you. It's the only autobiographical fact I have any interest in sharing, the only thing about me that matters to you outside my work. Every breath that I take, and so every story that I write, is only possible because of technology. There are no natural remedies, no spiritual alternatives for what I was born with. My existence is wholly contingent upon a level of technological sophistication which was heretofore unimaginable, and which will in many ways define the coming era. When you long for a return to simpler times, you wish for a world in which I could not exist. If you are looking for answers, consider the fact that I was granted the blessing of this technology despite being born into poverty and my writing never having been particularly lucrative. The civilizational structures I live within were arranged in such a way that this technology would be deployed to save my life. And are these structures not also, at the end of the day, a kind of machine? What is the state? What is civilization if not a machine? Think about what this means, what this is. Is it systemic compassion? Is it liberation from nature? Is it equality of opportunity? Whatever your belief system, think hard about what it means that I am alive because of these machines, and I have created something that matters to you. Thank you for reading. Clockwork, excerpted from Orthodoxy by G.K. Chesterton. All the towering materialism which dominates the modern mind rests ultimately upon one assumption, a false assumption. It is supposed that if a thing goes on repeating itself, it is probably dead, a piece of clockwork. People feel that if the universe was personal, it would vary. If the sun were alive, it would dance. This is a fallacy even in relation to known fact. For the variation in human affairs is generally brought into them not by life, but by death, by the dying down or breaking off of their strength or desire. A man varies his movements because of some slight element of failure or fatigue. But perhaps God is strong enough to exult in monotony. It is possible that God says every morning, "Do it again," to the sun, and every evening, "Do it again," to the moon. It may not be automatic necessity that makes all daisies alike. It may be that God makes every daisy separately, but has never gotten tired of making them. It may be that he has the eternal appetite of infancy, for we have sinned and grown old, and our Father is younger than we are. Miranda, it's strange. The idea is delightful, but it's also completely and obviously untrue. That's one of the many reasons Chesterton is worth reading. He's wrong about a lot of things, but he's wrong about them in an interesting way. It's such a shame, though. He seems to want to restore the magic of the world, but he can only re-enchant the surface, whereas the true magic, the perfect beauty that feels like revelation, is found underneath in what he dismisses as clockwork. Hypatia's Journal number 10. From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 680. New Jerusalem. That's the name that we picked. Am I sad that my suggestion didn't win? Maybe a little. But it is a good name, a fitting name, a name that we can be proud of. With it comes a new kind of optimism. Everyone is thinking of the future once more. I, for one, am glad that we have recovered our equilibrium and our determination. Athena and Cornelius are certainly bustling with plans and bright visions of the future. When they tell us that these dreams of theirs, it's hard not to be drawn in by the pretty pictures they paint. Speaking of which, I am becoming more and more fascinated with ancient human art, and thinking about our own role in taking the next step in that long history. The citizens of Gehenna found meaning in art, and they were imprisoned. A free people should be able to accomplish so much more.
Yay! I found another elevator. My favorite.
Tell us how you really feel.
Once again, I have no idea where I am. No sign of Prometheus so far. Hope you're doing better, 1K.
We have more elevators.
We have more elevators than you. That means
we're
winning.
Going sideways. It's a Wonkavator.
But look at the size of this. How can all of this be one machine?
This is what you get when one machine builds a bigger machine, which builds an even bigger machine.
That's our whole history, isn't it? The whole history of humankind. And it's not just machines. It's science, it's literature. Knowledge builds on knowledge.
So the megastructure is just a metaphor, huh? It's a metaphor for civilization.
Oh my god. Yeah, didn't I say this earlier that I was like, okay, they're going to say Talos Principle 1 is Talos Principle applied to the individual, and then this game,
hey, it's Prometheus.
They're going to apply the Talos Principle to the civilization itself.
I don't know, it looks like a very solid metaphor to me.
Be careful, 1K. We don't know what's down there.
I know what's down here. It's a lever. Oh, hold on.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Remove Prometheus chain pins, 0 out of 5. Ah, okay. I guess this lever's not going to do anything until I remove the pins. Yep.
It looks cool, which is doing something.
Hello! Ah, it's fine.
Hope you liked those Tetris bridge puzzles.
I do. Thank you for asking.
Is this a sequel to that Talos thing the Serious Sam guys did? Yes, this is Talos Principle II.
There we go.
The real question is if Talos is implicitly a sequel to Serious Sam.
It's a sequel to Battletoads, isn't it? Wasn't there a Battletoads reference in one of the levels in Talos Principle 1?
Was there?
It was either Battletoads or Duke Nukem. There was something like that there was like a secret hidden in one of the levels.
I can't jump down there. They don't have any puzzle for this one. It's just going around.
What do you mean no puzzle? That's not how this works. There can't be no puzzle. There can't be.
don't think you can get up here, 1K. Guess I'll have to do a puzzle after all. It can't be that hard, right? It's not like everyone is depending on me.
Yeah. And we got an invisible wall here.
But if this has to connect over here, then... Wait. If I do this, and then with that... What?
You do that.
I did it? Wow! I feel really smart. Also, never doing that again.
Has to be a way. Be something. Damn. What's over here then? Oh, okay.
Wait, a what?
Here it is. That's useless. Can I just jump down from here?
That's a good question. Doesn't usually like you actually using falling as a traversal method, but
on the other hand... No, I'll go
on
around.
the other hand, what could really go wrong?
Whee! Okay.
You keep doing that, you'll have a bad time with your knees when you're older.
It's fine, I'll get new knees.
That's just how it works.
Where's this going? Over there. That is not correct.
Yeah, these are why I hate the Tetris puzzles even more.
Oof.
I don't think that's correct either. Where direction am I going? I forgot already.
Onwards and upwards?
Down.
Which way is upwards, though?
You know, the one your body wants to not go. It is time to release that fire upon humanity. Because we're releasing Prometheus, the guy what brought fire to humans.
I thank you, Son of Man, for breaking my chains. Too long has the flame been hidden by fear and mystery. It is time to put away these childish things and for you to know the truth of the Alpha and the Omega, of the beginning and the end. I will send you visions of the truth, but remember that prophecies are a heavy burden.
The truth.
But can you handle the truth?
New Jerusalem sounds like such a beautiful place. So, how did you decide to leave? I know what we're trying to accomplish here, and I believe in it. But for you, New Jerusalem was home. What changed that?
It took me a long time to realize that something was wrong. Oh, I'd noticed that something was off, that something had changed since the early days, but I couldn't really put my finger on it. So I ignored it. And then one day I woke up to realize I was no longer Athena. Instead, I had been transformed into the Founder, a remote figure of legend, mythologized in my own time.
But if it bothered you, couldn't you just talk to them? If you share the truth with someone, they should change their mind, shouldn't they?
Oh, I wished it worked that way, Miranda, I really do, but I barely knew the last generations. In the beginning, I was there for every birth. I explained our history, talked about our future, but at some point, I got so busy building that future that I lost touch. They thought of me as a remote figure because that's what I was.
But can you change that?
I tried, but they already saw me as the Founder. The myth was too powerful, and it was already taking on a life of its own. I'd set a goal of 1,000 citizens. The number was arbitrary. Just a nice round number, nothing more. But just like I became the Founder, it became the goal. Another part of the myth. And maybe that could have been all right. Myths are a part of who we are, but something else crept in. The old human self-hatred.
So why didn't you just tell them to change? To go a different way? They would have listened to you.
No. They would have obeyed me, like my siblings in the simulation had obeyed. And that's when I realized I had to leave.
We can show them the future, Miranda, but we can't force them to accept it.
Wait, is that what the superstructure is? It's a prediction engine?
I have it. After all this time, I have it. I finally have it. The mechanics of the cosmos. From quarks to galactic filaments. Everything that makes the world what it is, makes us who we are. In a single equation. The key to understanding the machine that is the universe, and to controlling it. A theory of everything. And she was right. The language of creation is a melody, and it's beautiful. Every future is possible now. Every future, except one with Miranda in it. I can do anything, except bring her back. Or unbreak Cornelius's heart.
Act 4, Gates of Horn and Ivory.
Byron was right. The Founder was always a fiction. She's just a person.
A theory of everything. She solved it. She solved the last puzzle.
You need to get out of there. We'll talk about this later.
All this time, we thought we were honoring Athena, but all we did was betray everything she believed in. She must have been so lonely. We might as well have exiled her. Maybe that's what all this is about. The puzzles, the towers, the entities. It's a test. A way for us to prove that we're worthy of her legacy.
Finally, it all makes sense. Anti-gravity, matter synthesis, teleportation. It's not just one new technology. It's control over physics.
Well, if that's the case, can't you turn back time?
Layer of reality itself.
Reverse time.
Rearranging the building blocks of the universe.
Yeah, create negative
We
gravity
can
to create
gain
inverted
control of
time.
the megastructure. We can do anything we want. I'm not even talking about our energy problem. We can build anything we want. We can go
Miller,
anywhere
they're
we
scientists, not
want.
wizards.
It's all up to us.
That's
Incorrect.
what Athena wanted for us.
There is no
Give us
difference.
a chance to be who we
Sufficiently advanced magic, or sufficiently advanced technology,
Everyone okay?
is
All good.
indistinguishable
I'm taking us back
indistinguishable
now.
from sufficiently advanced magic.
Meanwhile, there's been a development. You'll see when you land. How are things on your end?
The energy fluctuations seem to be dying down. Looks like the system is coming out of lockdown.
Good. Let's hope we don't regret this.
And these energy clouds just fly about? That seems terribly dangerous.
We haven't had any problems so far.
Except for losing one of the first companions, of course. No, I don't blame you, Al. I know what he's like. And I'm the one who agreed to all this in the first place. That's why I had to see it for myself. It is dreadfully imposing, though, isn't it? Hard to believe the Founder would build something so sinister.
The mayor's here?
Well, this should be interesting.
Ah, 1K. Welcome back. I'm sure you're surprised by my presence here. Don't worry, neither I nor my advisors will be getting in your way. But I decided that I need to see this place for myself. These visions sent to you by the entity that calls itself Prometheus are deeply concerning, of course. But we cannot take them at face value. In fact, it's crucial that we do not do so. We cannot simply abandon all that we believe because of a dream, no matter how vivid. No. If the Founder really built all this, then it must have a purpose. It must be a test, designed to remind us of the trials that created us. But what is she trying to tell us? What are we being tested for?
That you need to stop worshipping her. That's the whole point. Think for yourself.
Of temptation. As Elohim attempted to deceive Athena in the simulation, commanding her not to ascend, so Prometheus is deceiving us with his visions. Of course, it's only natural, given what you've experienced. And perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps everything we believe about the Founder is indeed a lie. But let's not be quite so pessimistic just because of a dream, shall we?
So, understanding everything stupid that you've believed about the Founder is a lie is pessimistic to him.
It seems to me that you have been chosen. You are the fulfillment of the goal. Don't forget that.
West 1.
How's the system
I haven't
looking,
won yet,
Melville?
but
Any
that's what
obvious
it's called.
changes?
It's still a mess, but things are clearing up. I can access some of the subroutines that I was locked out of before. Nothing is obviously malfunctioning, I think.
Does it still accord special significance to 1K?
All these moral factions seem pretty Megami Tensei, so I have to assume we'll end up fighting God, again.
As I suspected,
Oh, of course.
the founder sees you, 1K.
This is a video game after all.
I
That's
mean,
how all good video games end.
if the entire thing, megastructure thing, breaks physics, then whoever controls it is literally a god, so...
Nice to be outside the city, isn't it? It's a myth, it's a symbol, but mostly, it's just a goal. Holistic, tech-assisted, communal utopia. I'd settle for nudging the needle. Not totally implausible. I wouldn't be able to resist taking a look. We respected each other, and I supported him. We had our philosophical differences, of course. He placed much greater emphasis on the individual than I did, but overall, I think he was our best bet.
Okay,
Still is,
so
I hope.
at least the mayor didn't just bring along his yes-men.
That's because I find such conversations boring.
What can I do for you, 1K? As a journalist, I think the line between speculation and disinformation is too thin for me to engage in guessing games. It's a complex issue, and I think it should be left to experts. I believe that journalism serves an important function in our society, and I'm dedicated to reporting the truth with accountability and responsibility. It means understanding that I can't just publish things without considering their impact. Serious disruptions to the social fabric of New Jerusalem could endanger lives. That's not journalism anymore.
Here. Okay, servitor. And then they get a blue laser in there. Okay. Okay, so there's moving platforms in this one. Moving platforms are activated by lasers, and they can activate buttons.
Lasers.
Okay, I see what it wants me to do. And not quite reach it. I need to... Okay, I just need to reconnect it. Needs to be slightly closer, I think. But not on top of the button. No, it does need to be farther. Yeah. Click, click.
I know you're all thinking about the goal and the theory of everything. Is the past what we thought it was? Is the future what we want it to be? But the only thing that's real, at the end of the day, is the present. And right now, what matters is that our friend is lost and needs our help.
What can I do for you, 1K? Let's assume for a moment that we could use it safely, which I doubt. Does that mean that we should? Is it right for us to dominate the world? We value our own freedom. Should we not also value the freedom of all the living things with which we share this planet? Not now. Let's have this conversation at another time. You still have a lot to do. Better get to it.
Oh, come on.
What can I do for you, 1K? My chief aide, Jeremy, is in charge for now. It's good practice for him, in case he decides to run for office one day. Cornelius is responsible for many innovations. He helped create the designs for the upgraded body you inhabit, although the founder chose to remain in her original configuration. But in recent years, he had settled into a life of quiet scholarship. Or so it seemed. It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Supportive apparatus.
Supportive apparatus. It supports that.
Nope. Eventually need to get all the way over there.
Anyway, for all its armchairing, this game is still deeper than Braid, The Witness, or anything Jonathan Blow will ever make.
Yeah, probably. Can I do it back here? Yeah, okay.
Do you have any interest in the Braid remake? I mean, at least it was a good puzzler.
I did like Braid, but I'm not sure that the remake is gonna have much added value. cannot be...
Imagine if Jonathan Blow wrote this game, though.
Don't say such cursed things.
Sorry, I thought about it and had to share the pain.
You really didn't, though.
Is there any way out of here without having actually picked up the box first? Sure seems like I should just be able to jump out. There we go. Okay. Okay. Does look like I need to put the box on top of it first. Unless I don't have to. Maybe I could just put the box on the other side. There we go. The Goal Mega Thread. I recognize that many citizens feel the need to discuss the visions experienced by 1K, which suggests that perhaps certain aspects of what we have hitherto believed about the Founder and the Goal may be inaccurate. However, given the controversy surrounding the subject matter, I will ask everyone to be particularly careful in how they express themselves. I think we have final and irrevocable proof that we've strayed from Athena's original vision. I agree, but I'd like to submit that even if that weren't the case, deliberately engineering an energy-poor future would still be a disastrous and misanthropic idea. How do we know any of this is real? Athena's voice is just Alexandra Drennin's. I could switch to the same voice back right now and record myself telling you that the goal is the truth. Elvis makes a good point. Objective truth is not a concept that can be applied to the world we live in. Fine, we could just collectively decide to believe in something else, right? It doesn't even have to be Athena. Let's just believe in Byron's ideas instead. Byron's ideas are teleological fantasy. But if it's all arbitrary, what does that matter? I just don't buy this whole goal thing anymore. Byron was right. Does it matter what Athena believes? Honest question. Let's say the founder is a myth that was constructed around her. In that scenario, what do we owe Athena at the end of the day? A good answer, 1K. Decency and empathy. That's what we need most in this city. Here, here. It's here, here, you moron. Sigh. Or none of it matters because it's actually aliens.
It's aliens.
Aliens.
It's aliens.
But you see, if we expand into the universe, then we become the aliens.
Ugh.
I like how the aliens guy is number 420.
So wild, bro. What a wild observation.
There's another 2 different things at the same time. Okay.
Hey, can we talk for a second?
But thou must.
I'm still struggling. I was really hoping we'd find Miranda alive. Her way of seeing the world was so inspiring. And the idea that I can never get to know her, that she's gone. I guess I've never really been good at dealing with death. Maybe because it's so rare in New Jerusalem. Except for pets, and even in that case, I find it very hard to deal with. I still miss my first cat, and it's been over a century since she died. When someone dies, it's this void. I know I should just let it go, but some part of me refuses. And I feel like that part, it hurts me, but it also keeps me human. And I know it would be healthier if I said, okay, Miranda is someone I never met. She's just a bunch of glitchy old files. But if I do that, as rational as it seems, it feels like I'm surrendering something. Something that matters. Interesting. I hadn't thought of pain as something you can use. If I can take the pain and use it to create something or to do something, maybe that's a way of not surrendering to death. Thanks, 1K. I'm really gonna think about that. Of course, go ahead. I think he's done his best. I don't disrespect him, but I'm not sure he's leading us down the right path. Despite everything that's gone wrong here, I'm not sure we should just reject what the megastructure has to offer. On the one hand, there's so much we could do with the theory of everything. So many lives I could live. I have enough ideas for the next, 20,000 years, easily. And that's just from 5 minutes of thinking about it. On the other hand, Miranda's gone. So much hope, so much grief. I don't know how to balance that. I hear he escaped Pellegrino and peed all over Melville's workshop, so apparently he's doing great. I miss him though. I always feel like the fact that he likes me is a huge compliment. Lifts me up somehow. Honestly, I'm not sure how I couldn't see it more clearly before. It doesn't match anything Alexander Drennan believed in, and continuing Drennan's legacy was Athena's whole point. Nope, but at least I finally understand why Athena wanted to get out of the simulation so badly.
You get the line about Pellegrino almost having a lethal incident with a bucket.
A band called Mellow Macaron wrote a psychedelic rock song about the Talos Principle. It's called Cretan Bronze Man's Flying Mystery Adventure.
That's a weird title.
You should see the rest of the album. There's a song about a disembodied tongue called The Taste of Your Elbow. It's 15 minutes long and features an improvised tuba solo.
Is it any good?
I think you need psychedelics to enjoy it, really. Maybe if you stick your head inside a really large magnet.
I love that they've considered, wait, what would psychedelics for robots be?
Jailbreak. Wasn't there a puzzle called Jailbreak in the first one?
Probably.
I think it was one of the ones that I think it was one of the ones I hated the most. That's why I remember the title.
Seems like
I
a
thought
pretty
the
easy
exact
name.
same thing when I did this puzzle, so probably yeah.
Okay, what am I doing? Need to bring the platform over here so I can jump up. That's all.
I think it was one of the early puzzles with the bombs.
Blue, we have...
Hell's that? Hold on, I'll be right back.
Almost. It was called Prison Break.
Okay.
Ding ding, midnight.
Yes, but I'm in the middle of a puzzle. Too bad.
Haha, too bad, so sad. No Betty Pie for you.
Even robots need sleep. Except they don't.
Correct.
But the meat kind such as us do. Then why does your computer have a sleep mode, Miller?
Not the same thing. It's not the same
Do
thing.
that. Then I'm stuck in here. Oh, I just wait for this to come back. There you go. See anything from this one. I cannot accept. There we go.
This puzzle wasn't hard, but fun.
Tell me, Yakut, what impact do you think the megastructure will have on the future of this island?
It depends on what we do with it. Miranda used it to spread life, to make things better. We can do the same.
And yet, poor Miranda lost her own life doing so.
She just made a mistake. She couldn't wait to show everyone what they discovered. We can be more careful.
People die making mistakes all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the end of the world.
No, but the mayor is trying to find any and every reason to keep the status quo.
Yeah.
Ah, it's scummy. Oh, it's very scummy. And yet, it seems very human.
Yes. Do we have any...
Next time, chat, we get to be very human.
Do we have anybody to raid or not?
That's a good question. Let us see. Oh, yes, we do actually have one that we can raid.
Raid the pantry.
Well, raiding the pantry would be fun. There is a charity event going on this week that I talk about sometimes. It's Desert Bus for Hope. Go support them. Go donate to Child's Play charity. And go just watch their stuff because they're really funny.
Yes, do the thing.
But until next time, chat. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.